Here it is. It's now time for the big reveal. It's all finished. Remember, before I get a little closer, this was the freshwater tank that I experimented on, turned it into a saltwater. So what you see, you'll see the power heads. There's one up there. There's one down there. That's typical of a saltwater tank. There's the heater. That's also typical. Over here is the freshwater filter. You can see it up there. It's been converted. It's running. It's perfectly fine. What you don't see would be the sump, a skimmer, basically all the guts for the salt water. I found this was a less expensive way to do it. It's not a pristine tank. It's not going to look as clean as what you might see in some large businesses or even in someone's house or on TV. But for me, a personal small tank, this is all I needed. So as we get closer, I'll show you what we decided to put in it. And there's one of them. And there's the other, and yes, they are seahorses. They're male and female. Rumor has it the male could be carrying the eggs, and the reason I say male is because he does have a pouch like a kangaroo. But rather than the female looking after them, the male does, and I kind of like that idea sometimes. Down here is a little difficult to spot. It's a little scooter blenny. That's what it's called. We call him Scooter. You can see him moving around. If I get a little further away, it might be a little easier to see. We have our corals, and they're actually all doing very well. They've opened up. Other than that one there you see, and this one here, they're all frags. Frags meaning babies. Think of them as cuttings. And again, it was a little less expensive to do that, and this way I can kind of grow my own. There we have the other one. Also somewhere down in here we have an emerald crab. I don't see him at the moment. He's usually picking away at the rocks and any debris you might find in the aquarium. We have more coral down here, and also to remember what I had said, the difference between a fish and rock and a marine reef. Marine fish and rock would be exactly that, fish and rock. The reef is the coral with the fish or without fish. We'll talk about the seahorses for a minute. Now before you go rushing off and say, we want these, think about it. They're very high maintenance. They're slow to eat, so you cannot put them in with other fish, as the fish would take all the food and the seahorses would get nothing. They also have no stomachs, so the seahorses do need to be fed at least 3 times a day. They're fed micey shrimp. It's got a lot of nutrients in it, so they get the shrimp basically goes right through them, but they are getting the nutrients. Some people would say brine shrimp. Brine shrimp has no nutritional value. For us, it's like eating potato chips. It's going to fill them up, but they're not going to get anything they need from that. Now, the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the light off for a second. The light is an LED, so it's got the white lights and a row of blue. The blue lights are kind of more of a night light, and I like to turn them on at nighttime just before well, until I go to bed, because it gives the corals a bit of a boost. The corals like the blue light, and basically you can see why. And there it is. If you can see, the corals are now more of a fluorescent color, much different than what they looked like a minute ago. Gives a whole different look to the tank. Also too, depending on what's in there, a lot of creatures will come out at night. Putting this light on will allow you to see them instead of total darkness. So we're just going to flick this back on again because we don't want to confuse the poor seahorses. So that's it. This is my aquarium. I'm very happy with it. If you want, I'd be happy to set this up in your home. It really is a less expensive way, but like I said, it does take a little bit more cleaning, and I don't know if you'd want to go with the seahorses or not. That is that they are a commitment. And I hope you like it.